Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
How does it feel to be 60?
Well, to be 60 is to be reminded by your colleagues that you are joining the Elders Club. And the way all of you are mentioning this 60 stuff is it's something else. But to tell you, my brother, 60 is just a number for me. I've not felt anything strange, nothing different. Oh yes, after the stress of the convocation today, I went for my medical, and I got very good result, fantastic result. Otherwise, I actually feel 35 or 40 or 50. I don't know what it means to be 60. I still wake up the way I wake up. I wake up on the average 10 minutes to 5 every morning, normally, no matter when I sleep, because I then go through my mails, go through my social media handles, read the newspapers, especially Vanguard. In actual fact, write some of the responses to the mails in my email boxes. For the office, if I have to do queries. If I need to do answers, do answers. Don't forget I run 2 offices. I run the NIJ, and I'm still the one running the Vanguard newspaper. So I do a kind of time sharing. And so the early morning hours is the way I work. So at 60, I woke up as usual, did my normal chores, came out. I do that before 6 normally, do my morning exercise, then return to bed, resting, do my own reflection, watching my wife, who was unusually happy that I stay back at home at this 60th birthday, because normally at my birthdays, I run out of the community. I run away from the fanfare. I remember when I turned 50, I ran away to the United States, and my sister took me to Philadelphia, to one IC resort. Only 4 of us were there. And I enjoyed myself thoroughly, doing my reflection. So this particular day, when I turned 60, it was a Thursday. After the exercise, returned to bed. Then I saw one of my in-laws came to the house. He works with the road safety. He came with the wife. Early morning. He said, "Daddy, good morning, happy birthday." I said, "Thank you, happy birthday." I asked him, "Why are you not at work?" He said, "Oh no, they just said to come and wish me birthday." I said, "Okay, it's all right." But for all of you, whatever you say, I'm traveling today. They say, "How can you be traveling?" I said, "Well, I'm traveling. The Guild of Editors Conference is open today. I'm his former president. I have to be in Abuja." To cut a long story short, I started hearing the blast of saxophone on my door, and I was embarrassed because I didn't know they had planned that. So they came singing, dancing, made noise in the community, and they announced to the world that I turned 60. So that was it. Cut cake. I said, "Okay, now that we've done that, what else?" Went into my house. I told them I would stay till 12. By 1:30, I was out of the house, headed for the airport, and off to Abuja to join the editors. So I arrived in the evening because by the time we got there, the traffic had built up. And then the party started. So I really knew I turned 60. There was a party for me that night. About 2, I think. Is it 2 or 3? Then on the second day, the hall erupted. All for me in the evenings were like, it was all for my birthday. So that's my story of turning 60. It's been fun up to this point. I'm enjoying myself. People are still sending felicitations. And of course, my colleagues in Vanguard, especially the editor, connived with my wife to stage a party at Sheraton Hotel. I still keep asking myself, did I deserve all of that noise? But I'm enjoying it now. As to whether there's a place in my life, in my lifestyle, I've not seen any change. I'm still looking out for the changes of the 60-year-old. That's my story.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So what was the first thing you did when you woke up on your 60th birthday?
Well, I said my prayers. I thank my God, turning 60, because 4 years ago I had a very serious life-threatening ailment that I had to fly to the United States for treatment. I came back. I'm well. In the last 60 years, I've experienced everything a human being will experience. Uh, I've experienced armed robbery, not once, not twice. I've experienced fire. Uh, April 1, 2003, that burned down the entire, all that I own in my life. Luckily enough, my certificates were not affected. I had career glitches. I didn't just get to be editor or editor-in-chief or general manager or provost. I had my own rough moments very early in my career when you actually lost a job and you have to get another job. And here I am telling my own story. So it's been great. Well, that's the way to answer. So far, so good.
Interesting. So what is the greatest lesson that life has taught you at 60?
To be patient, to be focused, and really to moderate your expectations of life. Know that whatever you do in any case, it's all the blessing of God. It is not because you are the smartest or you are the brightest. It is just that you've enjoyed the mercy, the grace of God. There are people you started with who are no more there. There were some who are far ahead of you at the takeoff point, who today are far, far behind you. There are those that you never thought to make it, who have become most successful in life. So the lesson is grace, is blessing, that we are taught to also have a highly moderated expectation of life. Take it as it comes because it's according to the script written by you by the Almighty. That's the main lesson for me. So I struggle, but after doing my best, because I don't want anybody to blame me that I failed because of my inaction or because I wasn't doing due diligence. After that, I leave the remaining to God. And I tell you, God has been kind to me. He's blessed me. He's giving me name, giving me health, giving me favor, giving me an opportunity to be on Azu's program. That's fame, isn't it?
Well, I'm pulling my legs too. Okay, I'd like to find out from you. What would you describe as your greatest accomplishment at 60?
Is there one thing? Look, my greatest accomplishment, in my view, is that if they do a roll call of Nigerian journalists of the past, of the present, and even in the future when they do the story of Nigerian journalists, on the roll call, I'm sure to be listed. Because I didn't become a journalist by default. I've told people this over and over again. I actually chose to be a journalist. When I went to do HSC, I had my English literature teacher. I'd done a diploma in journalism. It was actually the inspiration. It was the one who directed me to journalism. Because anytime he conducted morning assembly, came with this bombastic English and all of that. And I said, I'd love to be like this man. So I went to Suka to do mass communication. I went to UNILAG to do mass communication. And I've practiced journalism for all of 36 years since 1984, 85, August 1, 1985, really. I've been a practicing journalist without break. I've had opportunities to be out of journalism. Had all sorts of offers. I've been asked to come and to be commissioner. I even had some offers, very attractive offers in the oil industry. But the truth is, most of those offers came when something was about to happen in my career. And for me, all I wanted to become was to become a newspaper editor. I've been one, and I've been more than that. And so if you ask me, my greatest achievement is to be on the nominal role of Nigerian journalists. I don't want to say the great ones yet. It's still money yet. I still sit at meetings with Ray, who is 73. I still sit at meeting with Oshoba, who is 82. I still meet with Sam Amuka, who is 86. And so we are still young boys at their feet. My greatest achievement is to be listed among Nigerian journalists who have passed through.
Interesting. Now, have you got any regrets at 60?
None whatsoever. And I tell you why. Because my expectations of life were highly moderated. I just told you what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a newspaper editor. I wanted to be a successful one. And these have been realized. Every other thing has been added to me. I wasn't looking for tons of money. But I can tell you I'm also not wretched. Yes, within the limit of decency, I'm fairly comfortable with my own little work. So no regrets, none whatsoever. If I come again, I would love to be a journalist. And that's the truth. So that's it. No regrets, Azu. None.
So,
no. No.
So, what will change about you at 60? Is anything going to change about you now that you're 60?
What will change about me at 60? I don't know what will or what should change about me, except natural moderation of things you do, maybe in excesses. I've had my own turn. I'm playing the young man, so I'm not on. Maybe that will not be a recent thing. I'm not chasing women anymore. What will change? What will change? I don't think much will change. I think I would love to have. I pray to have the presence of mind to continue to be able to participate fully as a Nigerian journalist. It was a challenging moment. You are in a season where the economy is bad. You are in a season where there's major destruction of technology. You are in a season where the journalist who is not adapting to the society will become obsolete and useless. Now I'm lucky. I'm running a newspaper. And at the same time, I've been put in charge of a school to train young ones. So therefore, you are oscillating between practice and theory. So it's also an opportunity for me to learn the new trends, to learn the perspectives. Like now, I'm talking to Azu here. So when I finish this and I get back to Vanguard on Monday, I'm going to ask them, have you tried live chat on the Instagram? That's what it is. I'm a perpetual student. So what will change about me? I don't know what. I hope I will still continue to be able to read, to be able to practice as a journalist, and then that is it.
Interesting. Now, what fond memories of your childhood do you still remember? Let's talk about your fondest memory of your childhood.
As you are asking difficult questions, fondest memory.
Thank you.
Okay. I love to remember so. I know I had a very loving parent, but I also know I was a stubborn child, if not rebellious. In actual fact, it was rebellion that sent me to Nsukka. I wanted to leave my father's sphere of influence. He was too strict as a dad. He was afraid for my life. He thought I was becoming rascally. And he wanted me to go to the University of Ife. All I wanted to do was to leave his sphere of influence. Fun man. Minus that, I lived a normal life. Grew up as a normal child. Um, I didn't lack, even though we didn't have much. But all that I needed, I think we have provided within limits of what my parents had. And in any case, they said the objective for us clearly, all they used to say is face your studies and you have a life. It's not like now where you face your studies, you may not have a life. Then, if you went to school and you face your studies, you are sure of a life.
Okay.
From memory, nothing particular, but I had a good religious Christian background, Christian upbringing. Even though a bit rascally, a bit rebellious, but here we are.
Interesting.